Dear learners, I am Dr. Imtazul Huda, Assistant Professor in the Department of Islamic Studies. Now we will learn about the Aligarh movement. First of all, discussing about the person who had played an important role in the Aligarh movement. And the person was Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Now the question is, who was Sir Syed Ahmad and what was his background? We find that he was born on the 17th day of the month of October in the year 1817. His family belongs to the Delhi. He traces his ancestry from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his family had a rich cultural and intellectual background. And this particular background has greatly influenced his later work in education and as well as in the social reform. During his early phase of life, he served as a government official in the British colonial administration, where he has gained insight and awareness about the political and social dynamics of India. During a time of significant change, he had, prior to that one, he had also served under the Mughals on different position, like the Munshi, Naib Munshi, and many more. And from time to time, he has transferred from one place to another. He himself has witnessed the Sepoy Mutiny, the 1857 Indian Rebellion, and has felt the devastating impact of that rebellion. And through this, he became determined. What he witnessed, what he perceived, what he understood, he became determined to improve the condition of Muslims in India. He believed that the education is a key to the progress and as well as for the empowerment. What he found that the Muslim society, the Muslims of India at that time were least interested in acquiring modern education. They were only or they wanted only to learn their traditional Islamic knowledge or religious knowledge. They were not eager to learn. And if anyone wanted to learn, they used to demean them by issuing a fatwa also that the modern education will lead to astray, will distract them from the track of the religion. So Sayyid Ahmad Khan was of the view that Muslims should also gain modern knowledge, acquire modern knowledge, the scientific knowledge, and the English. They should learn the English language also. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan had contributed extensively. In 1864, with a zeal to introduce the scientific knowledge for the Muslims of India, he founded a scientific society when he was transferred at Aligarh. And his aim was to promote the modern scientific knowledge and education among Muslims to encourage them to embrace Western learning while retaining their cultural identity. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan has also established a madrasa, numerous madrasa, wherever he has went, he has established numerous madrasas. Whether he was in Muradabad, whether he was in Ghazipur, whether he was in Aligarh. He had established madrasa at every place. In 1875, he established a madrasa in Aligarh and he named that madrasa as Madrasatul Ulum Musalmanane Hind. He had approached to the Britishers. He was in the services of the Britishers. He approached them for the recognition of his madrasa, and he was suggested just to change the name of the mother. So, in 1877, the name of the madrasa was rechristened as Muhammadan Anglo Oriental College, and it was Lord Lytton who had laid foundation to the Muhammadan Anglo Oriental College in 1877. That Muhammadan Anglo Oriental College today is famous as Aligarh Muslim University, a very important, a pioneer university of education, where advanced and latest education is being provided to everyone. And Aligarh Muslim University is contributing toward the progress of the nation. It is producing stalwarts who had played a pivotal role in the development of the country. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a strong advocate of social reform. He had emphasized on the importance of rational thinking. As we discussed in one of our lecture about Muhammad Abduhu, Sayyid Jamaluddin Afghani, like them, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was also viewing about the rational thinking and as well as about the scientific inquiries. And through this, he had tried to encourage the Muslims to adopt a more progressive outlook toward education and society. So Syed Ahmad Khan has wrote extensively numerous works he had authored, he has written. He has started a journal also, the Social Reformer, the Tehzib al Akhlaq. In many language, he has written in, especially we found Urdu in English. And many of his work have been translated in many other languages also. And the work he has done, many work he has translated also. For example, during his early life, had translated the work of Abul Fazl, Aine Akbari, and also edited it. And apart from that, he had produced his own valuable work also. He has written the commentary of the Holy Quran as a Tafsir al Quran also. He has also written an answer, a response to work of an Orientalist scholar, Sir William Muir's work, The Life of Muhammad. And his work was entitled as the work of Sir Ahmad Khan was entitled as Khutbat Ahmadiyya. It was in response to the work of Life of Muhammad by Sir William Muir, who had tarnished the image of the Prophet Muhammad in his work. And so Syed Ahmad Khan felt that it should be answered, it should be addressed, and the correct picture should be given regarding this thing. We found that his work had addressed various social, political, and educational issues that were faced by the Muslim. For example, when he had observed the 1857 reveal, he wrote a monograph that entitled as Asbabe Bagawate Hind, the causes of the Indian revolt, Indian rebellion of 1857. He has also written about how the Indian rebellion of 1857 had started. He wrote a monograph, Tarikh Sarkashi Zilla Bijnor. When he was posted at Bijnor, he wrote this work, the history, a political work. We found his interest in the history also. During his early life, he has also contributed in the field of archaeology. He has wrote a work entitled Asarus Sanadid, the records of the past. In that one, he has almost collected the history of the monuments of Delhi for the last 1,000 years. And he had discussed about each and every monument that were in the vicinity of Delhi. He made an historical record of all the monuments of his time. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan had played a crucial role in fostering a sense of unity among Muslims. He advocated unity, that unity should be there within they should not be divided on the petty issues, petty religious issues, petty doctrinal issues. They should be united. And as well as his idea was to promote the education and with the concept of modernizing the community, which he considered were essential for the survival and as well as success of the Muslim in the rapidly changing world. Because from the 1920 up to the 20th century and up to the 20th, the world is very fastly changing and changing. So we should modernize ourselves, we should accept the thing. It was a view of the Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan. For as per the need of our time, we had to adapt ourselves. It was a thought of Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan. Throughout his life, he has done remarkable work, and for that one, he has, just for his effort, he earned recognition and respect. He was honored like a title like Arif Jung from the Mughal emperor, a title of Sir, a knighthood by the British government for his contribution to the education and social reform. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan died on in the month of March. It was the 27th day, 1898. But his legacy still continues to influence the later educational institutions that were established, that were inspired by Sir Syed Ahmad. They got the views from the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, and as well as the social movement, how to make our society, our people perfect. The social movement. And beyond that one, he highlighted the importance of education in achieving the social progress. Dear learners, let's have a glance over the historical perspective of the Aligarh movement. After all, what was the main historical background that led Sir Syed Ahmad Khan to begin his Aligarh movement? To talk about the Aligarh movement, though we just now discussed that he established a Mohammedan Anglo, but what was his effort? What was the background that has made him to establish this thing, the education institution at Aligarh? Basically, the Aligarh movement is simply an educational movement to empower the people socially, politically, economically. So, learning about the historical context, what we found in the 19th century, the Muslims of India had faced many transitions under the Mughals. Though the Mughals were merely a puppet, but somehow they hold something. But after the 1857, their identity, they started facing identity crisis. After the decline of the Mughals and the British, the Britishers had established their complete foothold in India. And they consider Muslims as a threat to them. So they started targeting the Muslims. The Britishers started targeting the Muslims. So the Muslims faced challenges in maintaining their influence in the expanding British colonial rule across the subcontinent. The Britishers introduced various policies that affected the socio-economic condition of Muslims that further lead to the decline in traditional occupation and a shift toward new form of employment, particularly in the urban areas. They had modernized and the Muslims were having the traditional approaches. So it resulted, they had changed so that the Muslims should suffer the most. Educational reform during this period saw the establishment of modern schools by the British and the modern colleges, which were basically established with the purpose to promote Western style education. When Sir Syed Ahmad Khan started advocating, especially from the late 19th and in the 20th century, many Muslims started began to engage, began to get enrolled in these institutions, and gradually they started learning English. The condition was bad, but gradually the efforts of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan made them to learn to acquire the modern knowledge. In the socio political landscape, we found that Sir Syed Ahmad Khan influenced the upcoming reformist movement and all the other later movements. Consider the Aligarh movement of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan as a benchmark that if Sir Syed had not started his movement, they should not have an idea that in this manner, in this way, they can. The 1857 Sepoy Mutiny or the Rebellion for Independence, a significant uprising against the British rule, has a very profound impact on the Muslims, as they were often blamed for the rebellion, that they had started the rebellion, leading to the increased marginalization and suspicion from the British authorities. Because it was the Muslims who had started a momentum against the Britishers. And it was the last Mughal emperor, Bahadur Shah, who stand firm against the Britishers. He wanted to liberate his country from the hand of the Britishers. But they lack in military power. They lack in many things. So we found the debacle of the Mughal Empire, the collapse of the Mughal Empire. Further, we found that the late 19th century also saw the rise in the communal identities as religious differences became more pronounced, leading to the tension between the Hindus and the Muslims. And that has a lasting impact on, as well as implication on the Indian society. Still, we are found in that way. And these were infused by the Britishers in the Muslim. Still, they have the religious differences. We found the in the 19th century economic disparities. Those who were in the good book of the Britishers, they were economically stronger, and the Muslims who were treated with suspicion, they were facing poverty and unemployment. They had very little facilities to avail. Thus, we can say the 19th century was a transformative era for the Muslims in India, characterized by the struggle for identity. Now, the Muslims started the struggle. So it was Sir Syed Ahmad Khan who talked about the value of education and to achieve the identity. Thank you very much.